Hey gang, it's Tim. Welcome to Focus Friday. And today I'm actually going to talk about the inverse of focus. I'm going to talk about diversification as a way of focus. So, when we're talking about focus, that's generally speaking doing less, doing fewer things and paying more attention to them. And I really do think that is a primary way to get better, create better results, to improve your skill sets. The fewer things you do, the more you can learn about them, and the more quickly you can do them, and the closer you get to being that elusive expert. But I want to talk about this concept of diversification as a methodology of focusing. So let's imagine that you sell ladders to painters, to house painters, right? So you've got this great ladder, you sell it to house painters. It's fantastic, it's really super. That's cool. Now, maybe the ladder's really expensive and you might want to diversify, so you also throw in a step stool, right? So now you've got ladder and step stool. Great. So you've got this product line that's about elevation for house painters, right? So that's cool, right? And those can be that's products. Now, because you actually understand painters really well, maybe you want to serve them differently than you do with your elevation products. Maybe you want to help them with, let's say, job scheduling. And so you find a way, or you create or buy or whatever, some kind of software that helps them with job scheduling. And so now you've got products and a scheduling service. That's great. So that's two things, and they're pretty different, right? Well, what I'm thinking about is that you've just diversified your income streams while focusing on a particular audience. So we've done two things that seem to be opposite, right? We've diversified and we've focused. And so as you start to grow your business, and let's say suddenly you now want to do a third piece of focus for a particular audience. Let's say that that you want to get into now teaching people how to start a painting business. So now we've got ladders for painters, we've got scheduling software for painters, and we've got a how to start a house painting business course. Right. So now what you've done is you are now working with a spectrum of people in the house painter audience that have different needs, but they all have very similar problems. So, for instance, the people who want to start a house painting business, they're not ready for scheduling yet, and but they might be great for ladders as soon as they get their first job. Um, and then if they get their 30th job, maybe then they're right for scheduling. Or you find out that you're able to sell scheduling software to people who are already really busy, and then you can tie in selling your ladders as an opportunity. And if they want to help their employees start a franchise of their business, you can sell them your white label, your how to start a painting business class. So what we've done is we are just surrounding that audience, that house painter audience, so that we're able to not extract more money from them. That's sort of the result. But what we're actually trying to do is give them all of the services that we need. So we are focused uniquely on this audience, even though we're diversifying what we offer. Now, this is a little bit treacherous because, you know, if you are selling ladders and then all of a sudden you go something that's like way off base and you're talking about something that's tangentially related or in a place, a part of the business that you don't really understand, that can be hard because then you might not be talking to the same buyer. If you are working strictly with owners and now all of a sudden you want to talk to marketing people who work for house painting companies, that's the same general audience, but it's a different buyer with different considerations. So maybe you want to think about focusing on a single buyer and enveloping them the services. And then you can sort of take the next step, and then you can think about more buyers in that same kind of business. But I really do love this idea of diversification focus. And there's a lot of ways I think that that can sort of play out, uh, not only in your business, but potentially in the way that you serve your communities, and that sort of thing. So think about that. So think about focus not as doing not only as doing fewer things, right? Because that's in internal focus, but how about doing things for fewer people so that you're doing more things for fewer people. So you're only focusing on house painters, not whatever driveway pavers, but you end up with a unique way and a unique understanding of that audience so that you can provide them with extraordinary benefit because you were so focused. So diversification focus. That's a Focus Friday.